today is for Mindset Monday. I wanted to do, it's not even Mindset Monday, we're calling it Marketing Monday. Because we're talking about if you struggle with finding new customers and reps for your business. I know that's a big struggle for a lot of you in this group, so I figured I'd go live Marketing Monday and give you guys some tips on finding new customers and reps for your team. I have about 6 tips, and I'll go into some detail on them, and hopefully you'll find it useful. So let me know if you're watching the live or replay. Let me know which one you have questions on or need more explanation, and which one was the most useful too as well. Tip number 1, for finding new customers and business builders for your team, would be use Facebook groups. Like, I don't know if Facebook's my jam. That's where I choose to hang out. If you use other platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, Snapchat, I do use some of those. Snapchat I'm just not familiar with, but Facebook's my thing. I've been doing it forever, and I've noticed that Zuckerberg had said that basically they're moving in the aspect of community and groups, and that's like the big push that they're doing right now. So in Facebook's groups are great for building communities. So join these groups. I don't know if you're still joining them. Find who is your ideal client. Are they moms, working moms? Are they maybe they're dads that work full time that are trying to lose weight or build a business or whatever you're into. Like say you work in makeup. Moms, working moms, stay-at-home moms. Where your ideal client will hang out, look for groups like that. Search in Facebook under groups and discover under there and discover some groups where your ideal client would hang out and where you can add value to, something that you're into. Like for me personally, I like fitness, so I go into a fitness group and I can post content in there like holistic health I'm into. Hello Tanya, how are you? I like in law enforcement, so I can go into those groups and share content in there. That just go where your ideal client would hang out. And if you don't know who your ideal client is, you need to work on that first, because if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. So you need to really be specific about who you're helping. So find those Facebook groups and get like five of them max. You don't want to be in too many. I've seen, like, I literally this past week took myself out of 30 different groups because I was in over 100. It gets way overwhelming. So find 5 really good groups where your ideal client will hang out and join those groups. Obviously there's rules in those groups. Some of them, and make sure you look at the rules. Some of them will be like you can't, just friend people in the group sporadically, or you can't pitch them, you can't post links, you can't post about your business, and you can't prospect them, which is completely okay. I understand that, but there's something to be said about going in a group and actually offering value. Like if you're into you sell makeup by chance, that's your thing. You sell makeup and you're in a mom's group. You can share tips on parenting. If you have makeup tips, share makeup tips. For quick tips for moms that's running out of the house, stuff like that. That's value to somebody in that group. And that just go along with what the moderators are saying you need to do in the rules. But you can still share value in there, and some of those people will be interested in the value you're sharing, and they may even friend request you. So that's how to do it in groups. There are those people that go into groups just to prospect to get customers. If you're providing value and people decide they want to reach out to you and ask you a question and be your friend, that's absolutely okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You're finding people to talk to and you're sharing value. So if you're not going in there for a specific reason of just friend requesting everybody in the group, don't do that. Against the law, against the law in Facebook group world. So just make sure you check the links in the group and the rules to find out what you can and can't do. And definitely just don't go in there and post your business link. That's not helpful. No one's going to want to buy from you. You're not in there to sell people. You're in there to build a relationship with people, because relationships last way longer than a sale. Let's be honest. You want to share your knowledge with these people because maybe they're going to need help from you and you're providing value. You're solving a problem, ultimately. You're not trying to sell things. Number 2, which a lot of people don't do, and it's amazing when you actually get really good at this, is asking for referrals. And you can ask for referrals from practically anybody, and your own customers are perfect for that. Word of mouth is huge in your business. So asking for those referrals, or asking, maybe somebody said no to your opportunity to your products. Maybe that's fine. So, do you know anyone that would be interested in whatever you're offering? You'd be surprised with how many people they willingly tell you, and then be like, oh, do you have information that I can contact her? Or can you ask her to friend request me, or what's your name? I can friend request her, or do you have her phone number, or where does she, something like that. Because referrals go a very long way, and don't feel afraid to ask that, because that's a great way to network. The third tip is actually get out of the house. We all want to be on social media because we think it's easier and it's a great way to reach people all over the world at such a faster pace. That's why network marketing has really expanded in reach, because it's just so easy as it wasn't before, where you had to go door to door. It's really changed a lot. So get out of the house and do business hours, 2 hours, maybe 2 hours, well, 1 hour minimum, but I'd say 2 hours, 2 to 4, somewhere else outside the house. And make that a weekly thing. One day a week, you're going to do business somewhere else, like Starbucks, bookstores, cafes, internet cafes, something, maybe even a small restaurant for lunch. Get out of the house and do work. You'll actually be more productive, and start making that a regular habit once a week at the same place, and then you'll start learning the people that work there and speak to them, and then you'll start being the regular in there, and then you can start having conversations with the other regulars that are in there, and you never know where that's going to lead to. So get out of the house and start having conversations with real people. It's awesome, because you could there's something to be said about face-to-face and Zooms and Facebook Lives. There's something to be said about that, right? Because you can see my passion, and you get to know me better by me just talking on video. So imagine what that can do in person when you share what you're passionate about, and you love your products, and you love the business opportunity. Imagine sharing that and your mission with somebody in person, and they get to feel the full passion and emotion and purpose and impact you want to make on the world. Imagine sharing that with somebody. That goes so far in person. They get to see the real you, and it's just so much faster than Facebook Messenger, voice messenger. That could take forever, right? Speed up the process and get personal with somebody in person. And that is so out of some people's comfort zones, but I really, 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 I'm challenging everybody that watches this in this group to do that this week. It's Monday now, so you have until next Monday to do it. Go out, have an office hours outside of the home, and talk to one person in public. See if you can do it, and let me know. Come back here and let me know, because I'll ask you during the week too. That's your challenge for the week, though, by the way. The fourth tip is, when you have these people in the groups, or even you're meeting in person, you get their information, start building the relationship. Don't go right for the sale. You have to find out if they even need your product or service, or they are in business for starting their own business. You have to find out, and that takes time. It does. You can't, there has to be a no, like, and trust factor there before you can start pitching anything to them. The cold calls and the cold messaging, I honestly, it doesn't work for me. And I don't suggest anyone doing it. Build the relationship, build the trust, see if they need what you have. Because if they don't, you can still be friends with them, but why bother keep pushing on them, then you're selling them. If they don't need what you have, that's fine. You ask for a referral, build a relationship, be friends with them, and give them value wherever they may need it in the future. Don't just throw them to the side. But if they don't need your service, you're wasting your time speaking to them about your business when they don't need it, or they don't need your products. So don't waste your time. Build a relationship as a friend, and find somebody else to talk to you about your products and services and your business opportunity. Number 5, you need to keep your new people top of mind and build that relationship, as I just said. And that's putting them in a CRM, customer relationship management tool. I have one, which is online, but pen and paper works too. But you need to have a follow-up system. Once a week, 3 days a week. I have a whole plan when I add somebody new that I'm speaking with to build a relationship. And even customers, you need to follow up with people and serve them, because that's ultimately your job, is to serve them and make sure they're well taken care of. So you need a follow-up system. Whether that would be putting them in, like, they have Facebook lists, friends lists. If you've seen those, you can make them just with customers. If you have them on Facebook and put them all into one list, or prospects you're speaking to, put them all in one list. You can do a CRM program where it will tell you when to follow up with them, and then you can go follow up with them, which is great for customers and even team members, updates on training, that kind of thing. So I totally think you should have a CRM, honestly. If you're building a business and it's big enough, it might be time. Or you can even add your customers and reps to a private Facebook group to further deepen the relationship if you're offering value, something of value to them. So that's another good thing you can do. And then you have them all in one area. Another thing is, like, go to private events, community events, volunteer, get out in the community and network with people, because you'll be surprised what kind of questions that come up in just general conversation. And that's just, if somebody asks what you do, obviously that they're asking because they want to know. So tell them. It's just a great way to get your name out there, be part of the community. Toastmasters is great too. If you want to, like, speak in public, which I definitely want, this is one of my goals, is to go to one of those meetings, the Toastmasters, because I do public speaking, and that's like my huge fear. I'm good on Facebook now because I've been doing it regularly on Facebook Lives, but, like, public speaking was, like, I'm an introvert somewhat, so public speaking is my huge thing. So a Toastmasters event would be awesome, something like that, where you can get out in networks, moms groups, meetups are great, and obviously volunteering, because not only is it great for the community, it's great for networking purposes. So those are my tips. If you would love me to go more in depth, I would love to do that. Just ask whatever questions you have, and I will be sure to follow up with you guys. But I basically gave you 6. So use Facebook groups to build a relationship and find new people to speak with. Use ones that meet your niche. Ask current customers and reps for referrals. Get out of the house and meet people in person, which is your challenge for next week. Must do it with one person. That's a huge challenge. Whoever's taking it on, give me the thumbs up. Build a relationship with new and cold clients and customers, and ask them lots of questions. You want to figure out if they have a need for your product or your business opportunity. So you need to ask a lot of questions. Don't just pitch them when you have no idea who they are. You need to keep new people on top of mind, so you need a follow-up system, and that is definitely gonna help you if you have if you're seeing new people that you're adding, or even adding to your list, or trying to meet in person, or even meetings. CRM helps you organize all that. It's great for business purposes. And then go to private events and community events, and get out in your community and make a difference that way, and work with people. So those are my tips. If you found this useful, give me a heart or a thumbs up, because I'd appreciate that. And if you have any other questions, please post them below, and I'll be happy to answer them and help you guys. So go out there and make an impact this week and help some people, and help change your lives, because that's what we do in here in network marketing, is we improve other people's lives for sure. So thank you for watching, guys, and have a wonderful rest of your Memorial Day.